Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marilynne Parker. I'm from sunny Southern California. And what I'm going to have you do, I'd like to welcome you to my live for today, Friday, May 1st. How about that? May 1st. So um, let's get the chat going. And in the chat, I'd like for you to tell me where you are tuning in from. And I'd love to give you a shout out if you just happen to come by. Are you retired or semi-retired or still working part-time? Can you include that in the chat too? I'd love to hear a little bit about you. And today I'd like to share something about how we help retirees. I like to help retirees. I'm part of the digital growth community. And one of the things that I like to do is to share with retirees. We are dealing in this day and time with shrinking income, shrinking not income per se, but bank accounts, what we've saved in retirement. So we're dealing with that and rising costs. And everyone's talking about the gas prices and all that, but food prices, traveling, things that we like to do as retirees. And so let me go ahead and put my name in the chat so that you can see it. Marilynne Parker. So this is me. I am a retired teacher. I've been retired for some years now, and I went back and worked a little bit more because of I wanted extra funds so that I could do some traveling, which is something that I did do. And I'm from Southern California. So yes, please tell me where you're from. Let's see, California. There we go. I better make this capital over here. There. I'm from Southern California. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, last time I was on with doing my live, I started telling you about my step-by-step blueprint. I was trying to figure out what to do. I had just lost my son in 2022. He was sick, not from COVID, even though this was COVID times, but he was sick and we took him into the hospital and they kept him. And 5 days later, he was gone. And this is almost up on the anniversary. It's been 4 years. But he was such a wonderful son. He finished his university studies and he was ready to get out in the world. And he was one of those computer geeks and all. So at the school where he went, he did a lot with computer labs. Every year he was at school. When he graduated, he started working in the games industry. And he went to a company called EA, and he worked for them. But he didn't have his time. His time wasn't free like it had been when he was at university. And so he did work for a couple of years, but decided, oh no, I want to work for myself. I want to be an entrepreneur. And so that's what he did. And so he turned into our family entrepreneur. And he was working really hard. His dad didn't agree with that because he felt that he should get a job and work. But he was exploring and learning about himself and learning of how he could do things. And so, because of how he was, I decided to find some way to memorialize him, and all because we had so many uh, expectations, I would say, coming. But I looked and looked, and it took me several years to finally find something, and I found the digital growth community, and I liked it because it had a community. On top of that, it had structured learning and growing and earning. And I said, oh my goodness, he would have loved this. A big community of people who interact, where you work with one another and all of that. So that is something that I really wanted to do. So I'm going to pause right now. Let's see if I can pause. Hello.
Hi, this is Jason Anderson. I'm calling about your balance with the government and what we
Not yet. Okay, so here I am back again. Sometimes we get interrupted calls, and I'm sorry about that, but thank you for hanging in there with me and still being here as I'm telling you about how we have a community in the digital growth in this digital growth business, and we talk with one another and support one another in so many ways. And my son wanted to be the kind of entrepreneur to help people, so I decided to do this one in order to remember him and build a legacy for our family. So that's how I got here where I am. We all love the Lord, and we have carried him throughout our lives, first myself, now my children, and all of that. So we talked about how this pans out a little bit. And in this, we have a blueprint. And the blueprint gives you step by step instructions as to how to get started, how to be part of the community. And we have weekly meetings, and we have all kinds of things that help build us up, and ways to do it. We use social media and all of that. So the next thing I talked about was the 2 hour workday. I talked about what you do for that. And in the 2 hour workday, you learn about choosing a platform, social media platform. There's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's Instagram. There are so many different ones that you can share on. You can use the platform to share all about the digital growth community. And then, as I was learning and all of that, we also have 100% profit. You don't have to give any earnings to anyone. It's all going into your pocket. So you're in business alone, but you're not by yourself because we have the community. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about reviewing the 2 hour workday. So, in reviewing the 2 hour workday, you do three things within that 2 hour block. It's structured that way. So, in that 2 hour block of time, you spend one half an hour posting ads about the digital growth community, about 100% profit, about about 100% profit. I don't want to forget anything about a wonderful community. And of course, we say, well, wait a minute, what about the technology part? You don't have to be tech savvy to do this. You get guided. Okay, so the tech savviness is not something you have to worry about. So you spend one half an hour posting ads at free ad sites. You don't have to pay any money for your ads at all. So you have 30 minutes for that. Then you choose a platform that you're going to be working on, and which social media. For me, I use YouTube. So YouTube, I post a 30-minute, not 30 minutes, I'm sorry. I post a 30-second ad or a video, not an ad, but a video, a 7-second video, and the 1 minute video. Nothing too long because our attention spans aren't that long for when we look at someone talking to us. We have to see things. So, yes, so we have the 2 hour workday, and I've given you two things so far. 30 minutes for posting ads. It takes one whole hour. And in that hour of time, that's where you make your three little videos that you're going to be posting. Okay. And after you do your three videos and all, you move on. And then you have 30 more minutes left. And in those 30 minutes, you look back online and look at what people have said, or you take a look at it. Just spend 30 minutes. You can go to the community. If you're just starting out, you can go to the community and look and see what they have and all of that. And then make sure you don't spend more than 30 minutes, though, because you want to have, you're retired, you want the rest of your day to be able to do things and grow and enjoy your retirement. So those are the three things you do. You respond to emails that you get, or reply to questions that people may have. So that's one thing. You have the whole hour to do your 3 videos, and then the last thing is posting ads for 30 minutes. And the trick, the trick is sticking with it and doing it as best as you can without going over and taking bird walks and looking at different things online. That's the tricky part that we don't want to get caught up in. But anyway, those are the things. So the step-by-step blueprint tells you about how to do it, how to get through it, which part to choose. It answers all of your questions actually. So we have the step-by-step blueprint, we have the 2-hour workday, and today I wanted to say a little bit more about the automated funnel. The automated funnel is like a funnel, it's just like you've seen these funnels, and what happens is when you're talking to people on your little videos and you're telling them about the digital growth, whatever you want to say about it or whatever to make them see. Like it depends on who you've chosen. Like I've chosen the seniors, retired people, and I tell them or give them information about what I've learned and all of that in the videos. Okay. Some of those people will say, I'd like to see that blueprint. I'd like to see what it says. I'd like to have some questions answered. And the blueprint is the perfect place to go. So they go into the automated funnel. All the little emails go in here. And you get to explain more because they receive the blueprint. The people who go into the funnel receive the blueprint. And if they enjoy what you say and what you share, and information that you give that they didn't know about, they would say, oh my goodness, maybe I'll try something in here. And when they purchase it, they come out. I can draw sort of like a little funnel for you so you can see. It's going to be red. It's going to be up here. So you talk over here on your videos, and if they want something or have an interest, their little emails will go in here. And all of these people who go into that little funnel there, you get to talk to. I can try to make it a little bigger so you can see a little closer. So here's a little funnel that I'm talking about. And they'll come out here. And when they come out of the funnel, they have said, yes, I want to try that. So and it goes on, but I don't want to tell you too very much. I don't want to wear you down with too much information at this point. I just want you to know this much right now. So if you have any comments or anything that you would like to share, feel free, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for coming to my live. God bless. Oh, before I turn you off completely, if you would like the step-by-step blueprint, please leave a comment and I'll see you next time. A comment saying, yes, I want the blueprint. Even just yes, that would be a nice comment. And this will replay again and again. And yeah, please leave a comment. I'd love to see what you have to say. God bless.